Have we started? Sorry I'm a little bit late, although anybody watching right now is probably getting the replay. I just wait a little bit for people to trickle in as I also kind of frantically confirm that everything is working. Oh, I see. Now live on your channel. Okay, let me check that out. And just make sure I've got no audio issues this time. Yeah, this looks fine. This looks fine. This is fine. Alright. Probably nobody's here yet. But for those who are watching the replay, hello. We're going to be playing Crystal Beasts and Infernoble Knights with Flame Swordsman support, which has been freshly added to Master Duel. I've been very excited to show my Infernoble Knights with Flame Swordsman in action. Hello, Pyro. No issues so far. Good. I've gotten my issues out of the way. So, I'm also, of course, going to be playing Crystal Beasts. I've been grinding the ladder with Crystal Beasts, particularly my advanced control deck that I recently made a guide video about. It's been doing very well. I'm in gold tier right now because, ironically, that's where we've gotten the best duels on stream. One time I had, like, a miserable weekend grinding up to platinum and got worse opponents for it. So that was weird. Crystal Beasts! Yep. Plenty of Crystal Beasts. I have so many Crystal Beast decks, including on Master Duel. And, oh man, these Flame Swordsman cards, I love them. I don't have Flame Swordsman plus Crystal Beasts. I don't think that would be much of a thing. But Flame Swordsman with Fire Kings is something I've been very excited to try out, but like, I want to show you guys this, that I, just a little hypothetical build. You can see I am probably 600 ultra rare gems short of building a Fire King deck. But wouldn't that be fun? So I've got my advanced Crystal Beasts, we got the Knights with the Flame Swordsman now, and if we need a win streak, the Shino Birds are here for us. The deck that's supposed to lose, but when I play it on stream, it just wins. I've gotten a little bit better with the Ancient Gears, but and Sapphire Surprise is here, of course, and I can do a Rainbow Turbo deck. Yeah. Lots of fun stuff. I think we'll... Oh, what do we got going on here? A new day for Master Duel. I have to do this again. Alright, hey, we got 1,000 days. It's probably been a bit more than that, because I don't play Master Duel all that often. I've also got a 2-screen setup here now. So, and yeah, I took my time getting everything set up. I'll just jump into this with an advanced Crystal Beast deck as we wait for more people to come in. How are we doing so far? Yeah, so this is the advanced Crystal Beast deck that I made my guide about. It is kind of like Colossus Turbo, but then it can also pull out Ultimate Crystal, Rainbow Dragon Overdrive. So it's got win conditions here. This morning while I was playing, I literally bricked 5 games in a row, so there is that. That happens. But hopefully not this time. But even some of those games where I bricked, I survived thanks to Max C, and then one other card can turn a bricked Crystal Beast hand into anything I need. Alright, well, I guess we're up against a Dark Magician deck for the first one. I've got Advanced Cobalt and Advanced Dark, so if I need a Crystal Beast for something like Rainbow Bridge of the Heart to destroy for a search, I can destroy this, or I can discard it and get Advanced Dark, try to bait out some negation, and then reveal that I already have Advanced Dark. So I feel like you can never have too many Advanced Cobalts, although, yeah, feel free to quote me on that when I draw too many later in the stream. Let's see, we got once per turn, just a draw, and don't destroy it. That's fine. I've got Rainbow Bridge of the Heart to bounce it, Dwimmered Path, getting someone back. That's fine. Ooh, if they've got that Dark Magician, then they might be playing Shining Sarcophagus stuff. You can use this silly new Dark Magician. Dark Magician, the magician of black magic. So, Dark Magician, the magician of being a magician, put some magicians in your magician, so you can magic while you magic. You can go into that as like a finisher for a Shining Sarcophagus play, and it'll search out the secrets of dark magic, and you can play like a Dragoon for that deck. Maybe that's why they brought Dragoon back for Master Duel. Because that card has been like iconically banned here for so long, but now I see everybody playing it. So then, let's see, we got... That's a lot of magicians, yeah. Advanced Crystal Beasts can't move under the same low ceiling like normal Crystal Beasts do. Not on their own, without a proper hand composition. Actually, I don't know if you've seen my Advanced Crystal Beast guide, but I think it's better at dealing with low resources, because you can have Advanced Ruby revive itself over and over. Whereas a regular Crystal Beast deck needs a constant flow of crystals to fuel things. With Advanced Crystal Beasts, one Advanced Ruby is all you need to stay fueled. Alright, they have not negated the Advanced Dark. I'm going to save this Rainbow Bridge to go into Awakening. So, well, Awakening is going to get me to Bridge of the Heart, which I can use to bounce the Magicians, without triggering any extra summons. It seems they drew a spell or trap. We'll set it, and that can activate this turn. Advanced Cobalt with Golden Rule is awesome. So Golden Rule gets you the Rainbow, which Advanced Crystal Beasts have such trouble trying to get to, and you can also place an Advanced Sapphire, which the Cobalt can bounce. So I've got a few ways to get extra summons already. Whereas with regular Crystal Beasts, the only really cool thing you can do with Golden Rule is summoning Ruby, but you can do stuff like this with any Crystal Beast now. So I will use Advanced Cobalt. How do I do this on Master Duel? Target something, return it. We get this, and yeah, they do need the field spell to survive, but I have had surprisingly few difficulties with Advanced Dark. Even when opponents have the opportunity to take out Advanced Dark, they typically don't. Because it's not a very threatening card. Although, one of the duels this morning I did end up with 3 Advanced Darks, and that resulted in a narrow loss. But here we go. Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon, getting the game together. They may have something to say about that, and Ash Blossom's gonna hurt here. But they didn't use it on Cobalt. They didn't have a reaction to Cobalt. So yeah, I figure they don't have that here. So now, I can also try some other things. I like to activate this even though it's negated. Sometimes that catches opponents off guard, and they end up wasting negation that doesn't do anything, because my card was already negated. Now, I don't need to go into Infernal Flame Banshee to get to Nemesis Flag. I really want to make sure that that face-down card doesn't mess with us at all. So, I don't see a reason not to go for a good control play here. Summon Tornado Dragon, pop that face-down card, and then Rainbow Bridge is going to get into Bridge of the Heart. I will play the Advanced Sapphire, Crystallize, and Advanced Ruby, and I've got all the summons I need. And I haven't used my normal summon. So even if I'm not going through an SP combo to get an extra banished monster, I can spare a normal summon for Nemesis Flag. And then I can save my banished monster for Special Summoning Corridor. You say this stuff worked for you in the past, but give the opponent time to realize the relevance of the field spell, and Advanced Crystal Beasts just become fodder. Well, if you play against the same person enough times, they'll figure it out, but generally I only play against someone in a tournament once. But even like repeat duels at locals, it's gonna take people a while to figure things out. And there are also times when, even on your own turn, you don't really need Advanced Dark. You might have a second one. And during the opponent's turn, of course, if you're playing this right, you're going to be putting a lot of more threatening cards on the field than Advanced Dark. So with this, I can search for Crystal Miracle, so I'll have a control play ready. Even if they get a Primal Being to wipe out my field, I still get negation. And Rainbow Bridge of the Heart bounces your Magicians. Now I'm going for damage here. I think I actually can reach 8,000. So I will just normal summon my Nemesis Flag. If the opponent doesn't have anything to say about this, I can just go right to the battle phase, because I've got Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon in hand. Attack for lethal damage. That looks like exactly 8,000. But even if this doesn't work, I have Thunder Dragon Colossus and Crystal Miracle coming up. So this is one way that I find Advanced Crystal Beasts to be more versatile, even when just doing control plays. Like, sure, I don't have like a Necro Valley to throw down, but well, I didn't need it here, and I don't have a ton of faith in Necro Valley in this format, with Fire Kings being able to destroy it with Kieran, and SP Little Knight everywhere. I feel like you really need the extra negation in Crystal Miracle to be able to protect Necro Valley, but in a standard Crystal Beast control build, they're not as good at using Crystal Miracle because they're not as good at having extra crystals to burn. Because in the advanced build, you have the Ruby that revives itself constantly. Hello, out of characters. First time to catch one of these live. Hello. I've seen that you do live streams with like tier laments, which is I still have trauma from tier laments, and I hardly even touched that format. What do you think of the Fiendsmith version of it? Fiendsmith with Crystal Beasts? Jeez, I mean, I assume there's going to be a Fiendsmith build for everything out there. I don't mess with Fiendsmiths because I like to build budget decks. Fiendsmith is just too expensive for my tastes. I'm not going to go there. Let's see. So I already have the Nemesis Corridor in hand. So I don't need to go for a Banshee play. I can go directly into whatever I want. So I can just freely burn these level 4s, and I will have Golden Rule. Well, I don't have Advanced Arc with the Golden Rule, so I'm not going to make a huge field. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think no matter what I do here, I'm probably not going to get to a rank 4 plus Colossus that plays under a Primal Being. And I don't want to play into that. So I wonder, I could still go into an SP and Colossus play through Infernal Flame Banshee. Something else I do, just have some fun here. If I don't really need this, I'll just go for the draws. I mean, typically, when I go for a Dudari's play, it's when I have drawn Nemesis Flag. But I have Corridor, so I won't get back to an SP with just this. But hey, I also have Golden Rule. So I'm gonna discard Advanced Ruby, and there we go, we got Advanced Arc. We can really go nuts here. So what I'm gonna do next is make that SP and load up the back row with Advanced Crystal Beasts. So no matter what happens to my 2 monsters on the field, I'm gonna have a good play to go into. Let's... what do we grab? Maybe these. I don't think that matters too much. But I'm going to place that Advanced Ruby off of this Sapphire. When you're the Crystal Beast guy, people take their time to check things up. I mean, yeah, I wonder if the people at the OTS I go to who have found my videos have been watching them to figure out what I'm going to play next. But at least when I made the Advanced Crystal Beast guide, that was after I played them at locals. So I play them at locals first, then I put out the guide. Well, except for like the new version of Sapphire Surprise. I'm gonna be making another Sapphire Surprise video. Let's just banish things from the graveyard, because we can. Put him back in with the Nemesis if we draw him later. So now we'll have SP and Colossus. We'll find out if the opponent's got anything to say about that. Either way, we follow up with the Advanced Crystal Beast for a rank 4 play, such as Abyss Dweller, which, oh boy. Well, Abyss Dweller is my preferred move in Advanced format, but on Master Duel, I think probably Baguska is still a good pick. What else we got? We had lots of fun with Advanced Crystal Beast, maybe. When Yubel's reprinted, build a new deck with that. Oh! Advanced Crystal Beasts with Yubel. Well, that sounds super interesting. I'm kind of surprised I haven't built that yet. But I don't really like Yubel. Yubel did mean things to me. So I don't have another normal summon. If I did, I could bounce that Advanced Crystal Beast and normal summon it using Advanced Cobalt. Advanced Cobalt bouncing things back to the hand is so good. So I'm just gonna go into Abyss Dweller here, call it a day. Now you've probably seen I've got Arc Rebellion Xyz Dragon in the extra deck. That has gotten me a lot of wins this weekend. If I don't feel like doing the whole Ultimate Crystal combo, this absorbs everyone's attack points on the field and goes for a one-hit kill. So that's fun too. Isn't being mean the whole point of it? Yeah, you got a point there. But I think it's more fun to really dunk on people with kind of obscure decks like Crystal Beasts. I feel like if you're running a deck as weird and obscure as this, you can be as cruel as you want to your opponent and it's all fair game. Because hey, I didn't do it with meta cards. Out of character says I have a gambling addiction that I safely manage through milling aquas. I remember when random mills were a thing that everybody could do. I mean, I've been playing some Edison format recently with Raikou and Charge of the Light Brigade. Good times. I miss Quick Draw. What about the blue eye? What about it? Oh, whoops, did I accidentally have my activation timing off? Oh well, they just played a bunch of face-down cards. The blue eye, you mean the one on the screen? It just does this. Oh, they got 2 cards in the extra deck, and I used Dugarius last turn, so that's a skip. I think I can probably just attack. Now, if they have something like... I'm always thinking about Storming Mirror Force and Quaking Mirror Force. But if they've got that, I can use SP, right? So far I'm gonna get 36, but... You know what? I'm just gonna take baby steps here. We'll take it easy. I don't want to rush into anything. We've got World Legacy. Okay. That's gonna summon from hand or deck. I've got nothing to do about that. A bot maybe? No. Unless there's a World Legacy bot. And we combine that with sending a Link monster to the graveyard. Alright, well I can react to that. Get SP out of there. Yeah, it's probably gonna have to be this. Oh, thank goodness this card is limited to 1 activation per turn. Can you imagine if you could return 2 Link monsters in 1 single turn? Wow. Threatening Roar. Okay, I think this opponent's not too great. What happened to the gold in my last stream? Gold in my last stream was all like Yubel and Snake Eyes. And now it's random World Legacy stuff. And then like before that it was a Platinum stream that was all like Galaxy Eyes stuff. Ugh, I don't understand this world. And they're summoning, I don't even know what this one does. That's not gonna do anything. I think I can just pass the turn. Okay. What am I doing? I got my lights here. Is that too much? Too much? I don't know. Yeah, I took my time to get fancy set up here. This is anti-Tenpai. You know, you could say that about it. It does have that going for it. In my Knight deck, you'll see later, I have Battle and Boxer that can block an attack, which I talked about in my Noble Knight guide. I haven't actually used that for a while, but now that Tenpai is big here, and we've got Assault, that's a free warrior search. And I don't know what else to search for. Oh, I thought that was destroyed at the end of the turn. Oh my god, they just tribute summoned Kaiser Glider. Okay. I guess we're giving this an easy start to the stream. Okay. Alright, that's what we're doing. So, next week, Speed Duel Battle City Finals comes out. That's likely going to be the last Speed Duel set. Sad day. But I'm going to be doing a ton of videos on that. I hope that doesn't bother people too much. I haven't done any Speed Duel content since Midterm Destruction, but I've wanted to get back to it because I love Speed Duel so much. Well, actually, I also did a Speed Duel versus Edison video that, like, nobody watched, but if you feel like watching some silly duels that are full of more action than this, go check out my Speed Duel versus Edison video that I made with a friend. We did a bunch of matches. I got 4 cameras going and the lights and everything for that video. It was a lot. It was a whole production. Nobody watched it, but I think it's entertaining. Well, oh, my SP Little Knight is gone, so now we can attack into the Mirror Force. That'll just go down. I'm not reading your card. Should probably read that card, actually. If it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, it bounces something. Oh, and that actually does do something. I will detach from Abyss Dweller then. Hoping something with the World Legacy traps I've never seen before. Yeah, I mean, World Legacy is one of the... Oh my god. This is like Battle Pack all over again. But Colossus protects itself from destruction by battle, which ironically the bigger Thunder Dragon fusion cannot do. But I can also attack with Ruby here. I probably should have done this before. Cool thing you can do with Advanced Crystal Beasts is negate the battle damage with Advanced Arc and dump a Crystal Beast. That is my 7th, so now I can drop Rainbow Dragon. And I can also go to main phase 2, use Advanced Ruby, summon everyone back up, although I don't have enough space for everyone. Probably should have rammed that Advanced Sapphire to get it off the field. You can freely put everything in attack position, and I'll just use this for negation. And on the next turn, link up a bunch of things, go for Rainbow Dragon. You have the notification bell on for this channel? Wow, and you still managed to miss the Speed Duel versus Edison video. I wonder if not everything sends notifications. Maybe that's why. I will look into that. But it... Oh man, those were fun duels. Utterly soul-crushing to edit. That was the most editing I've ever done for a video by far. And man, I barely survived that one, and yet I'm planning to do it again. So when the Battle City box comes out, I have not seen the cards in the new Battle City box, and my friend Joe hasn't. We're gonna get it. We're gonna spend Wednesday, the OTS release day, having a blind Battle City tournament. We'll play 4 characters against 4 characters, play out the whole bracket like it happened on the show, and then Wednesday night and all of Thursday, I will be editing my little hands off, trying to get that video uploaded for Friday. And it's probably gonna be... Oh my god! What just happened? They just changed their monster to defense position and activated Rush recklessly. This is not Tenpai, Snake Eye, Fire Kings. I was promised Fire Kings and Snake Eyes. jeez. Oh man, oh jeez. Can we please just finish this duel? Oh, this is emotionally painful. How did this person get past all of the other decks I've been facing today? There's like Melodious Ice Barrier, Ritual Beasts going off. I beat a Ritual Beast deck that went first, which I didn't think it was possible. This Forbidden Droplet here has been my best friend, negating whole fields, and then I went for an Arc Rebellion kill because I couldn't quite get to Rainbow Dragon. So, geez, what am I even doing here? I'm just gonna use Tornado Dragon to destroy one trap, Nightmare Phoenix to destroy the other. Please just let me get through this duel so more interesting things can happen. So, Battle City Tournament, for anyone who... I thought that was Red Eyes Fusion for a moment. Then we would have been going somewhere. Oy vey. So the Battle City Tournament is probably going to be 2 videos, and then I'm also going to be putting out like deck profile / upgrade guides for every deck you can make out of that box, like every character, including whatever extra characters are in there. Very excited for that. We'll just destroy whatever they've got there, drop the double rainbow. Can't rank down in gold? Maybe they just brute forced it then. Ugh. Alright, well, this is game. Finally. Yeah, there's one card in the Battle City box that even TCG players still talk about. Well, I know from the press release that it does have Max C in it, which is such a cruel joke. Konami really wants to let us know how much they hate Speed Duel, that on the way out, they're gonna leave us with Max C. As it finally gets banned from probably OCG and Master Duel soon because of the Charmies. Ugh. Alright, well, I'm gonna switch to the Knights and the Flame Swordsman now. I love Flame Swordsman cards so much. They're so versatile. People think that the Flame Swordsman card is just blind second OTKs, but it's actually very good for control. Because they don't have to search out an OTK combo, they can also search 2 flipping traps. You've never seen someone summon 2 Rainbow Dragons? Well, that's one of the reasons why I play 2 Rainbow Dragons in all my decks. Not just so that the Crystal Rainbow doesn't brick, but also so I can go double Rainbow. Want to see 3 Rainbow Dragons! I've done that too. Change one of them into an Over Dragon, and then you can also get a... Oh man. I don't want to start with Noble Knight Artorigus. And we've got Poplar. Right, I've put some Snake Eyes cards in here. So I think I'm gonna really pray that this goes off. I think what I'm gonna try to go for is Richardetto, however you pronounce his name. Because, it hurts to draw Snake Eye monsters in a deck that actually has its own normal summons. So, like, is this ideal? I don't know. Look, I have a 76% chance to win. Whew. So I'm just using that as a quick way to set up my level 5 synchro play. Everything in this deck comes from the level 5 synchro. As long as you get to Angelica, you can get up to Charles and whoever else. And now, I mean, maybe there was an assault play that I could have done there. I'm not very good with using the 2 tails of the Noble Knights yet. It's still very new to me. And draw. Yeah. Looks like we weren't going anywhere today. I'm still able to target her, dump something. But actually, I do have one maybe halfway decent act of desperation here. I can equip Mojier and Moji. I just combined his name with Ogier. Summon Moji, and then I can give Angelica Angelica's Angelic Ring. I wonder if Angelica's Angelic Ring knows Dark Magician, the Magician of Black Magic. You played Rush Recklessly in Duel Links Crystal Beast. Think this guy's just pushing buttons? Oh, absolutely. So this will negate their first spell, and she can't be destroyed by battle. But they had a spell to burn anyway, so they're probably going nuts. So do you think after the speed box we'll get Rush Duel, since the anime is getting dubbed again? Oh, that's probably not good. This deck counters Tenpai pretty well. Just not with this hand. I think if I had gone for Assault, then I would have had the Battle and Boxer coached second, who can negate an attack. And I would have a chance to survive this, but no, I don't. I'll find the man who designed Droll one day. This comment does not intend to violate YouTube community policy in any way. Yeah, we'll just find him and we'll beat him in a shadow game. It's not gonna hurt anyone, just, you know, send him to the Shadow Realm. Well, I actually don't hope that we get Rush Duel, and I have my doubts about people who say that they want Rush Duel, because every time I've played Rush Duel, it has been so boring. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Minus all the good parts of Yu-Gi-Oh! Compared to other card games. There's so little player interaction. All you do is play all your cards, and then just wait for the opponent to destroy them all, then you play all your cards again. It's like, you don't have to pay attention to what your opponent is doing at all. And there's very little that'll happen as a result. And then there's so much, because it doesn't have searching, it's all random milling and then recovering from the graveyard. So it's like, every deck is Lightsworn, basically. It's definitely not as coin flip simulator as Pokemon TCG Pocket, if anyone's been playing that. I've been playing that, and what is happening here? Oh, they still get a Tenpai, they're still going nuts. Yeah, cannot activate monster effects during the battle phase. That'll do it. That'll do it. I thought maybe they had messed up a bit, then I realized, oh no, that's Meteor Burst. So in Rush Duel, like, don't pay attention to what your opponent's doing, just do anything. And it's just really boring. Ugh. And also, who the heck is Rush Duel for? Because it's supposedly it's dumbed down for young children, but the card designs are even thirstier than the main TCG. And like, do not get me started on Diane Keto. I mean, I kind of get it. I'm not of that persuasion, but, you know, I can appreciate what they did with Diane Keto, but I think they're going a little too hard with it. And then also, one of the earliest themes was based on, like, the bubble era Japan, which was basically Japan's Gilded Age and, like, an economic crash in the 80s. Like, this is a game for kids, and you're making cards about the 80s? Like, who is this game for? I don't know. Did we lose? Chat, did we lose, or did they mess up? Should I have, like, surrendered 10 minutes ago? Rush Duel started as a quicker version of 2002 Yu-Gi-Oh! Then cards started to get effects with proper requirements, and then stronger cards started to come out and just became a less interactive version of the TCG. Is this one gonna kill me? Change all monsters to attack position. Yeah, that's gonna do it. I should have surrendered a long time ago. See, I could have gone for Assault and gotten my attack negation. That would have gotten me through that. Wait, no, they played Odd Eye's Meteor Burst, which would prevent Coach second from activating, but that's the first time a Tenpai player's actually summoned Meteor Burst against me. I just saw a very messy hand, and I defaulted to the plays that I know, which have a lower ceiling. Bah. Alright, like, I've been playing Rush Duel, like, on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro a little bit, messing around with the elemental heroes and the ancient gears that they've added, and wow, the Rush Duel power creep is pretty ridiculous. It used to be, like, if you look at the Duel Links version of Rush Duel, it's just, there have been a lot of Raid Raptor decks. This is like the 4th I've played this weekend. And they usually have Ash or Called By to stop me here. But this time they don't. So if this is sent to the graveyard, you get Fuzzy Lanius. Hey chat, what is a Fuzzy Lanius? Why is it fuzzy? This Raid Raptor is summoned from the extra deck. You can add a spell or trap. That's probably gonna go for their rank up magic. That's the main thing I'd be afraid of. Okay, Tristan Butch says, what exactly is Rush Duel? Do you not know Rush Duel at all? Well, in that case, good. Rush Duel is a reboot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because advanced format got too complex to bring in new players, so they made Rush Duel to be simplified for kids. It's kind of like Pokemon, but it's Yu-Gi-Oh! The mechanics are a little different. There's very little player interaction, which basically amounts to you build up a board on your turn and attack for a bunch of damage. Then on the opponent's turn, they tear apart your board and attack for a bunch of damage. If you survive, then you do your thing again. Ugh. And a lot of things which exist in the main TCG don't exist in Rush Duel, like they don't do any searching of the deck. It's weird though, so there's no deck searching in order to minimize deck shuffling, but they have a bunch of cards which shuffle things from the graveyard back into the deck, so they still have the shuffling anyway, and so the design choice to remove all searching from the game ends up not producing any beneficial effect, really. Oh, well, this person's going nuts. They're taking the Max C challenge. Tragically, I'm not using Crystal Beasts, so I don't have ways to cheat past Raid Raptor cards that are unaffected by the opponent's cards. Like, typically here I would go for either a one-hit kill from Rainbow Dragon Overdrive, or I would just use any 2 level 4s to go into my own Raider's Wing, go into Arc Rebellion Xyz Dragon, which absorbs everyone's attack points, and swings for game. But with this deck, that's going to be much more difficult, although I can still attack for game with big attack points. We've got, for example, if we can find him, Ultimate Flame Swordsman is able to double his attack points, and if I can dump this, he gets to attack twice. I also have Phoenix Gearblade in this deck, which gives all of my fire monsters and warriors a second attack during this turn, and there's a Flame Swordsman card, if I can get to it. Flame Swords Realm gives 1,000 attack points to all of my monsters. So if I give 1,000 points, and I have 700 from this, then this guy boosts up to 4,500, he can double to 9,000, attack twice, also destroy something and burn for 500. So I can still push for massive damage, especially with a big hand like this. You just got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Hello! Welcome, Tristan. I'm sorry that there is a character with your name in the anime who duels once and dies. I think. I don't 100% remember what happened in that arc, but I have been watching the Battle City arc. And that's actually pretty darn good. Merrick versus Mai, I think it is genuinely good stuff. That's one of the very few duels in like the history of Yu-Gi-Oh, where the cards and the action are actually blended. We spoilers. I don't know if it's spoilers. Sorry if I may have spoiled something. If you want to watch the entire run of the show, I don't think something happens to him. I don't think he does well in that duel. I don't think they win, or maybe they do. I don't know. I just really don't like that they have so many characters who don't actually duel. Every once in a while, you rewatch what My versus Merrick. It's so good. But okay, I gotta focus on the duel right now. So they've probably got their rank up magic. I don't want to deal with that. I'm just gonna go for my big wacky OTK here. I should have been looking at what's in my hand. I've got all the Flame Sword cards I need. So why not? Or, I mean, I can do stuff. I can do stuff. Let's equip Durandal. Oh, you used to watch the anime and play with your dad. Well, good dad, Mr. Tristan. My parents didn't play with me. I was always like, yeah, I want to teach you how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I could tell, even as a little kid, that every second of learning how to play this game was like torture for them. And like, I'd be that one kid on the playground who actually knew how to play with the Pokemon cards. Why are you going for Arc Rebellion Xyz Dragon? That does nothing during my turn. I think I'm just gonna go for the kill. But I've got plenty of things that I need. Here, I'm just gonna play Ogier, who will dump Immortal Phoenix Gearfried, and I'll use Monster Reborn to summon it, so I will have Monster Negation right away, and from there, I don't think I'm gonna have to do anything else as long as I've got a Primal Being in check. Then we're good to go. If I need to get more things out of my hand, I can search for Noble Knight Oliver, who discards and summons himself. I've also got Renault, who summons himself. So I will just slap this on Immortal Phoenix Gearfried. And we are protected. I don't think I'm going to have to go for, like, anything else. But Fighting Flame Sword will get me to any Flame Swordsman card. This is so good. So I'm just gonna grab Flame Swords Realm and dump Fighting Flame Swordsman. So this turns a monster from your hand or field into Flame Swordsman, so it's also an excuse to discard, and when Fighting Flame Swordsman is discarded, then you get Salamandra, which will search for Salamandra Fusion, and you're ready to go, Ultimate. What do we got in the chat? Frog Campo, you got into the game 2 years ago? I'm shocked at how anyone can get into this game because it's so obnoxiously complicated, and I am so far removed from the experience of learning how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! For the first time. So I'm always very interested in what it's like for other people to get into this game, and also partly so I can learn how to teach people better. So I do a lot of teaching decks on my channel. What am I going for here? Salamandra Fusion, we go into the Ultimate Flame Swordsman. Something really great about the Flame Swordsman stuff is that you can do this alongside pretty much whatever else. Average battle damage, 59-54, nice. So you can do this stuff alongside whatever else your deck normally does. And of course I'm going full combo Noble Knights with this. We can just keep going forever. Yeah, I'll grab Salamandra Fusion again. You played with your older brother, you took all the 1900 and 1800 normal monsters and left you with the 17s. Nice. My brother would play with me sometimes. Like, he got that old Zombie Madness structure deck that was so good you could actually win locals with it. And he had like the rock structure deck. So it was nice that he had a very good structure deck so that he could put up a fight sometimes. Looked away for 5 seconds and you summon the Flame Swordsman? Yep. You literally just summon Flame Swordsman, equip Salamander Fusion, and bam, you got this guy. And whatever else I feel like doing. I mean, I probably could go in for the kill. I don't know. One thing I want to do is, you know, I definitely should have saved that so I could get to the Gear Blade. That's what I should be going for. So this will send someone to the graveyard. Sure, you. I'm talking way too much. I should probably just cut to the chase here. When you don't know anything and your deck is full of random 1-ofs. Hey, this deck is full of 1-ofs. Then just a few cards that I run 3 copies of. What am I doing? Yes, I'm climbing up into level 9. So this will play the Synchro Charles, who will then upgrade into the Link Charles. I could also do that again because I have another Noble Arms Museum. This field spell here, which will get a search and a summon, is not once per turn. So yeah, you can see this deck is a big ol' mess. There are just so many things you can do, and you can do them independently of each other. And you get so much random stuff flying around. Like, I'll be able to destroy something with Charles here, and Gearfried can negate a monster. When I evolve Charles here, he's going to negate a spell or trap. And I mean, does this do anything? No. Link Charles will then negate spells and traps, and then Ultimate Flame Swordsman can destroy another monster. Immortal Phoenix Gearfried, when he attacks, can absorb a monster. Ugh. Let's see. You say you played with your older sister, and even the random cards you had in 2 decks, random fiends and spellcasters versus Gaga and random BS in there. I love that. But I'm also going to destroy your card and get 500 damage. This is also a quick effect if Ultimate Flame Swordsman is equipped, and I just forgot, that cannot be destroyed by monster effects when it's summoned by Raider, whatever. It's got something on it that protects it. But that doesn't matter because I can just suck it up with Gearfried and pile on all these attack points. And that's going to get over 9,000 damage. Actually, it's going to be over 10,000. It'll be 11,400 when all is said and done. So Gearfried attacks. This gives 1,000 points from him to my other monsters. And then... oh wait, I can't use his effect to absorb the Arc Rebellion Dragon because I don't have any open spell or trap zones. Not to worry. I still have this guy doubling his attack points, and I've got 5,000 here because he's gaining 500 from his equipped card, 500 from the field spell, 1,000 from the continuous spell. It's 10 pi levels of damage in this deck, truly. I did a lot of yapping in that duel instead of focusing on just ending it. That kind of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is some of the most fun you can have playing casually. I agree, and the best Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels are the ones when both players brick, so you end up trying to play off of like 1 card each, and you're actually setting things in defense position, and that actually matters, and just nothing works. You gotta deal with what you've got. You can't just go off on crazy combos. I love those duels. And also, Speed Duel. And speaking of, like, Speed Duel, there's Domain format, which I recently heard of, and I watched some duels with them. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is gonna be a nice one. So I'll normal summon Fighting Flame Swordsman. I'll get back to the Speed Duel and Domain format stuff in a bit. So they've got no negation here, nothing to stop, so I'm gonna grab Flame Swords Dance. And then when this is sent to the graveyard, Salamandra will get the other trap. And I've also got Fighting Flame Sword. So with this, though, I can go into a Noble Knight play. And on top of that Noble Knight play, I will have 2 traps. I kind of don't want to do it, because then if I summon Renault, he's not going to have anything in the graveyard to get back. But something I see that I can do here is Noble Knight Oliver, who will discard a fire monster or equip spell to summon himself from the hand. This will be our level 1 tuner because he changes his level. I've got Phoenix Gearblade in this deck, so I can discard that and it'll come right back. So that's one of the main uses of it. I don't play Phoenix Gearfried in my advanced format deck because when you're playing the Flame Swordsman cards, well, one of the things you need to do to make Infernoble Knights work is that you need equip cards to burn. You need something that can target Angelica just to trigger her effect, and you need something to equip to Charles in order to ascend him to Charles the Great, the Link Monster version. So you need 2 extra equip cards that you can burn to do all that. The Flame Swordsman gets you an equip card or 2 just for existing, because when he hits the graveyard, as your level 4 non-tuner, Salamandra in the graveyard can equip to a monster on the field. So that, you'll see in a moment, is the free trigger for Angelica. So we don't actually have to spend an equip card anymore. We have this. And I also have Oliver in the graveyard as an extra card, so Oliver could have Oliver could have done this too. I've put Phoenix Gearblade back in the deck because I'm thinking I might be able to do stuff with Assault, but I don't think I need to use Assault here. So next we send Yugioh, go into a level 5 tuner, use the field spell she searched for to get a level 4 non-tuner, climb up again. So yeah, when you can add Flame Swordsman as your non-tuner for the Noble Knight play, whew, it's great. Now, another thing I love to do is Camelot, which a lot of people don't use. And that, like, instead of searching for a Noble Arms card here, I've searched for Camelot. But Camelot gets to a Noble Arms card anyway, so you're going to get the rest of Camelot for free. And that will set up Noble Knights of the Round Table, and at the end phase it'll dump Infernoble Knight Roland, who will search for the Angelic Ring, so you can get another spell negate. So Yugioh here dumps this, which will be Monster Negation. Trying to remember what I'm doing here. Yeah, so now at this point I will go for the Emperor, and then the level 5 Synchro will equip back to him so he can ascend for free. Though I also do need to get, trying to remember the order I'm doing things in here. I used the summon effect, so I should have gotten rid of this already. Then Camelot is going to get to the other Noble Arms that I wanted. Oh wait, oh crap. I hate the way that Master Duel formats this. Like on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro it asks which part of the effect do you want to do? Do you want to get a monster or do you want to get an equip card? But here it just says, do you want to summon? It doesn't mention the equip at all, so this happens. So now I have accidentally summoned Artorigus instead of getting to my equip card, so I'm not gonna have Gearfried anymore. I'm not used to playing on Master Duel. I'm a little grumpy. But I think this is still a pretty darn good opener. Even if I don't have Immortal Phoenix Gearfried to negate a monster, I still have 2 ways to flip monsters face down. I think I'll manage. I just need to leave 2 zones open for my king here. Or, let's see, I think he equips the spell first? Yes. So, normally the card that you would want to equip to him at the end of the turn is Oliver, who grants targeting protection. But I already have Oliver here, so I'll just equip him now. That can optionally destroy something. I won't. Actually, I should have. Then I would have had room to set Called by the Grave. So now, we've got a few cards resolving in the end phase. Angelica comes back. Noble Knights of the Round Table can send a Noble Knight card to the graveyard. Look at that. 0.001% of people are on Noble Knights of the Round Table. So now, during the end phase, in which he is sent to the graveyard, we can search for pretty much anything. That's gonna be the Angelic Ring, which will negate a spell, even Super Polymerization. Off of the copied effect here, I have the equip spell in my hand to equip immediately. And I can also destroy a card, but I won't. Okay, what have you guys been up to? Any game where your normal summoner set Ash Blossom is a good game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Any game where Ash Blossom's 1800 defense points end up doing something is the best game. Seems like so much fun. I really want to get a good grasp of the game so I can do some wacky fun stuff that actually works, starting with Crystal Beasts for now. That is a fine deck to start with. Crystal Beasts have existed all throughout the ages of Yu-Gi-Oh! So no matter what format of Yu-Gi-Oh! You play, even Speed Duel, you're able to play Crystal Beasts there. Let's say no to the Dark Magical Circle. I can send Phoenix Gearblade to do that, and Phoenix Gearblade will come back. So Crystal Beasts exist in every format. You can play them no matter what, and so they've existed in so many different forms over the years. They've picked up so many different strategies over the years. So truly, any way that you want to play Crystal Beasts, you can. And that has kept my love for them for so long. Illusion of Chaos, I don't care. We'll flip stuff down if it's troubling us. And after Flame Swordsman gets out of the back row, I can equip this as a quick effect, and equipping a card will trigger the Emperor, who's got a lot on him. He cannot be targeted, he's gaining attack points, he'll still negate another spell, and once per turn if a Noble Knight card would be destroyed, I can destroy an equip card instead. So I love this evolution of the Protect the Castle strategy that Noble Knights have always used. Out of Characters has to go clean the bathroom. Have a good stream, yeah. You know, there are things we have to do, and then things we actually do. I'm not afraid of that Dark Magician. Wait, unless they have Dark Magic Attack? No, they don't. How could you not have Dark Magic Attack? We needed to see that. Oh, no, they do. They just randomly set some cards first. Okay. That happens, but I can at least... Oh, wait. I don't care about that at all. I have the Angelic Ring still, which will negate at resolution. Oh well. Still flipping Dark Magician down. Nope, it only flips effect monsters. Okay. This is silly. And then Frey Campus said, we could say King Arthur Camelot. Can we? I say you may. You have my permission to Camelot. Oh, okay, no Dragoon. Why would you set that? I don't think this person is totally aware of what they're doing. And if you attack her, she just yeets, and I get to dump something. So this can be summoned from the graveyard. Yeah, or... yeah. I could also send Flame Swordsman, get the Salamandra fusion monster in the graveyard, in case I summon whoever else. You know, you can destroy that. I don't need it. Unfortunately, you don't have a card shop nearby to play locals regularly. Yeah, and it's quite a hike for me too, so I don't go as often as I'd like to. Wouldn't it be nice to have a really local shop you could go to like 5 minutes away? That would be nice. Well, still, the best way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Is with your friends, so If you can get friends, that works too. Now I'm thinking like, there's so much I could do. What do I even want to do? Summon this back? That can attack. I just feel like this game is already won. And there's really nothing else I need to do, but hey. When a monster is special summoned, I can use Flame Swordsman dance. Summon a monster just cause. I think at this point I'm just like, I'm just gonna attack at random. Because we've got so much damage. And this is going to give all of my monsters a second attack. Oh yeah, and I can destroy something too, and whatever the opponent's trap card is, it will be negated, because this can just negate and destroy a spell or trap. So this is just all the damage. The damage output of this deck is nuts. So now this, send it to the graveyard, and everybody gets to attack twice. So that's 10 pi damage. And Fighting Flame Sword, if you don't need it for a search, you can use it to destroy any card on the field when attacking. So that's a way to out floodgates. It's always nice to have versatile cards. Good to know. Didn't know that Crystal Beasts were that widely playable. Playable, yes. Played, no. They're still quite an obscure deck. Which is surprising to me because they were a prominent deck in the anime, and people tend to like anime decks. But I know Crystal Beasts have had a bad reputation over the years because it's been... They've had a lot of bad players, and there were a lot of bad ways to play Crystal Beasts. Like, actually using Rainbow Dragon for a long time was a really bad move. It was not playable until recently. So, like, we would only use a few Crystal Beasts. Basically, everything was Conclave control. The Conclave control style is very much a harkening back to the way classic Crystal Beasts were run. I feel like this... I've got a light set up here. I feel like it is too heckin' close, and I'm looking all washed out. And we are back to another Dark Magician deck. Okay. I don't know what happened to all of the Snake Eye players in Gold that were here for the last stream. Ugh, let me just... Whoop. I've got wires everywhere here. Oy. Hold up. Let me fix this. Yeah, just fixing my setup. Don't mind me. Hoi. I don't know if that looks any better. Oh, what have we been doing here? Dark Magic Circle to get to Soul Servant. And Timaeus on top of the deck? Oh, we got another person who doesn't really know what they're doing. I'm sorry, these are not exciting duels today. I really thought we would have the good players here like last time. Oh, maybe I'll do another stream real soon. We get some better duels. You say, even in the same format, Crystal Beasts can go from control to turbo wombo combo. Even in the same deck, they can go from control to wombo combo, in the same turn even. Like, the cards are so versatile. You can use the same cards to make a control play or a combo play. It's all in, like, are you going to use that Rainbow Bridge of the Heart to search for a Crystal Miracle or, like, a Crystal Beacon? You know, it's like, are you going to use all those Crystal Beasts to go into Saryuja and World Sea, or are you going to use them for SP and Colossus and, like, huddle up with that? We just got a slow Dark Magician player. I'm sorry, y'all. This hand is not great either. But this gets us to Durandal, which can get any monster, and this can summon itself. This will get a search. It's not great to draw, because it's basically a free discard out of the deck with Flame Swordsman. But if you don't need to discard this Salamandra, then Flame Swordsman can discard the fusion version, which, I mean, the only thing it's going to do is make your ultimate Flame Swordsman attack twice. Like, just in case you want to go for an even stronger attack, you can. Let me see if I can move some wires here. Okay, we successfully intimidated the opponent to death. As one does. Alright, well, okay. Welcome to the second stream, where now we're doing this in Platinum. So maybe now we find the good players. Whatever we get. Oh, I bet everybody left because of the bad Dark Magician player. Oh, I was talking earlier about Speed Duel and Domain format. Domain format is fan-made format meant to emulate Commander in Magic the Gathering. They even have like deck masters and color identity. But really, Speed Duel is, do I want to hit a Hero Lives with Ash Blossom? Yeah, I'll go for it. Why not shotgun the Ash Blossom? That at least denies them the Stratos on the field. Or the Shadow Mist. I've been playing a lot with heroes lately, and the new Evil Hero support, which I think is so good. They have the second Hero Lives. Alright. You can go for it. Well, as long as they don't play Dark Law. I have Forbidden Droplet. Although I don't currently have monsters that can do anything, because I drew the Flamberge Dragon. I actually am not liking Snake Eyes as much as I thought I would. Because, man, does it hurt to draw that Flamberge Dragon. Except in, like, Fire Kings, where they can destroy it and trigger it. Now we gotta sit through a hero play. So Domain format is meant to be Yu-Gi-Oh's version of Commander. But we already have that, I would argue, in Speed Duel. Because in Speed Duel, you have a skill card, which is always available, in which you typically build your deck around. And it's like a deck master, basically, except as a spell. Or a trap, or however, whatever your skill card does. So I think people who want the Commander experience in Yu-Gi-Oh! Really should start with Speed Duel. I just cannot sing the praises of Speed Duel highly enough, except for competitive Speed Duel, because Konami doesn't care about it. But playing with your friends, it's great. And I'm gonna have a whole lot of Speed Duel content coming up when the Battle City set releases next week. I'm just gonna sit through Heroes forever. I built a hero deck on Master Duel, but man, I cannot sit through hammering out these combos. What do I got going on here? Let's check on my setup. This lighting is a little off today. But whatever. We're going polymerization into what? Oh, I should probably check what they searched for. They searched for a liquid soldier. I wonder if they already have plasma. Well, this is gonna be a lot of waiting. This has not ended up being the most exciting stream. Should I just, like... Oh, if they're discarding D-Force, then they definitely have the plasma. But that is fine. I've got Forbidden Droplet. All I need is just wait to draw one good card. You know, some people are saying they should change the rules so that the player going second draws their 6th card right away. No, they don't want plasma at all. Okay. You know, that's fine. I'm fine with that. I drew garbage. Well, what can I possibly do here? Can I go for Assault? No, she needs 2 warriors. Surely I have SP. I do. Let me think. If I discard these 2, I summon Oak, equip Gear Blade to it, then I can bring Turpin back out, and then I could... Actually, I think I do have a way around this. It's gonna be a little weird, but I will summon Professor Oak, and let's see, if this is sent to the graveyard or banished to activate a monster effect. So I can use this as the cost for Snake Eye Oak, and what do you know? Phoenix Gearblade is compatible with Snake Eyes. That's something I haven't had to learn yet. Oh man, I'm gonna be so happy if I manage to worm my way out of this hand. That's something I like about this deck. Even the worst looking hand can still get ashed, so never mind, that'll do it. I think that's my first loss in a while. They call it locals, but it's never local. Yeah. You just got a set with nostalgic decks. I think it's called Battle City to play with my dad again. Didn't think he would enjoy anything other than old Yu-Gi-Oh! Did you get the Speed Duel Streets of Battle City box? Because that's a great one. What has the match history been here? Oh, there was that 1 loss, 2, 3, and 4 out of 20. That's a good ratio. Yes, I obsess over my win rate. I am too competitive. So Tristan, is it Streets of Battle City, the box that you got with the 8 decks in it? I've only played with those decks, like the pre-constructed version straight out of the box once. But it was a lot of fun, and there are a lot of silly ways in which the pre-constructed decks in that box are built to counter each other. Like, Yugi has a spell... Oh, don't give me the Flame Burst Dragon again! Alright, so here's one of the reasons why I play Camelot. You can use Noble Arms Museum to get to Camelot, and then Camelot can search for another Noble Arms card or summon Artorigas. So if you're really desperate for a monster to be able to equip that Durandal to someone and get the search, then you can go through Camelot to get it. It's not the cleanest play, but it gets me what I need. So now, I will use this to get me to a level 1 tuner. But you need equips for this deck to function. I could also just go for Fighting Flame Swordsman stuff. So my options are Fighting Flame Swordsman to get 2 traps and the Ultimate Flame Swordsman because I can spare a search. Or can I? I think I can't. Or I can go for a level 1 tuner, climb up to Angelica, and get Charles. I think that's probably what I should do. Yeah. So I have to, well, I still have a normal summon to spare. So I could just normal summon something, and then I won't have to discard the Salamandra Fusion in my hand. But this in the graveyard is worth an equip anyway. Or do I just go for one of these to normal summon? Maybe I will just grab a normal summon. Just go a little slow today. Because I think... This deck can be a real mess sometimes, and okay. So I don't think my opponent really knows what they're doing. They shotgunned an Ash Blossom on a monster whose effect I didn't use. But hopefully out of this, I'm going to get a pop from Charles, I'm going to get a Speller Trap negate, and I may also be able to get a monster negate from Immortal Phoenix Gearfried. Whereas the Flame Swordsman play would have been like one pop, one flip. So I think this is the best play for now. The Noble Arms Museum will get me to a Noble Arms, which I'm going to need later in order to get Immortal Phoenix Gearfried into my hand. And I can afford to do that because I've got an equip to burn. It's Salamander Fusion. Again, another messy turn, but I can navigate through this. And one of my hopes was that playing on Master Duel would speed up the game, but no, Master Duel is so much slower than playing in real life, I think. So now I get the OGA back out, especially when you have to wait through those chain animations. Chain one card and suddenly you have to sit through like the chain animation appearing and then disappearing and pauses between everything because this game is so slow. Anyway, we're getting through it. This is the standard Noble Knight combo. You just go to Angelica, Angelica gets you here, and then OGA dumps the Immortal Phoenix Gearfried. You slap Noble Arms Almace on someone, and then Synchro Summon. Almace will get the Monster Negator back, and then he will level up into something which will negate spells and traps. We've got an 86.6% chance of winning. Probably because everyone just surrenders if they don't get to this. Alright, so now let's equip. And then we get to one of the weirdest Link monsters in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! The requirement is one level 9 Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles with an equip card. Very weird. And then it equips this, copies its effects. Very particular in how this card works, because now it does not need to keep that Charles equipped in order to retain its effects. It's just all so weird. Here we are. Cheesing through that bad hand did not leave enough for me to get to other things. I've not, just remembered, I've not been using Assault. Even though that's supposed to be one of the main draws of playing this on Master Duel. So I'll equip Salamander Fusion to protect from destruction, and then pull someone out of the deck for targeting protection. And this can optionally destroy something on the field, but I will not. Okay, so you did get Streets of Battle City. And there's a draft suggestion. Yeah, they suggest alternate ways to play on the back of the mats. I have not done those, because for me, like, I get 2 boxes typically of each set, and then I order some singles online to make optimized versions of all of the decks. Because I'm a very obnoxiously high level player, and they want to negate someone. Well, you can't target this, so they have to go after Gearfried. That'll take away my ability to negate a monster. So I have to choose, do I want to be able to negate a monster or a Speller Trap? I'm gonna go for negating a Speller Trap, because I am still able to destroy a monster thanks to having that Synchro in the graveyard. So anyway, I build optimized versions of pretty much every speed duel deck. And ooh, they want to take control of, I assume, Gearfried, which is fine because his effects have been negated. He will not be able to absorb anyone. and he's not able to get over my Emperor. So yeah, you can have him. So anyway, I make fully optimized versions of like every character's deck, and I make character decks. Ooh. I unironically played Slash Draw in a Spiral deck. I love that it's able to mill so many cards, and oof. They got the Sphere mode right after taking the third monster off my field. Anyway, I'm surprised more people don't play Slash Draw, because it's so good. It mills so many cards off of your deck, and then puts things back in. NNT4 says, what's your rank? I am currently in Platinum. I was at the top of Gold at the start of this stream, because Gold has been where I've gotten the best duels on stream, whereas like, on this we'll search for a Speller Trap that lists the Winged Dragon of Ra. What if I just don't want to deal with that today? So ironically, I found that I get the best duels from Gold, whereas like before that I did a stream in Platinum that was all really bad decks. I guess now we're back to bad decks. So it seems just the bad decks are whatever rank I'm in. So now I am in Platinum, but still not, apparently, finding good decks. So Angelica gets to mill something and then summon. I've just got so many cards flying around, and now that I've sent Flame Swordsman to the graveyard, he can send Salamandra. I already have Salamandra Fusion, I can still get the trap. We just got so many cards. And this opponent is not going anywhere. And it sounds like something I would do, but since they're just for playing with my dad, I want to keep it simple for now. Yeah. I think like, there are a lot of people who just use the pre-constructed decks. Personally, I find that some of them just don't really function well because they're too reliant on cards that they don't have multiple copies of, or they have cards in them that are just plain bad. But these boxes also include some additional cards that aren't part of the pre-constructed decks, but it gives you a collection so you can add things to your decks and modify them. Hold on, I gotta add something to my hand. I don't think it matters, we've got game here. Even if they have, I assume, probably a Guardian Slime in hand. Activate effect, I don't need to, I'm just gonna attack. Joey Wheeler, I'm just gonna attack. I don't want to draw this out any longer. So that is 8,900. I'll just go for it. Yeah. Okay. So it says, do you want to do a 1v1? Well, I did set up so that if people wanted to do some duels against me, we can. Maybe in a little bit. Oh, we gotta get some good Noble Knight duels. I have a 2-monitor setup now, and so I don't have to be looking at my computer screen to play this, and I've got this to block my hand while I'm doing some duels against the viewer. I just had to find some image on my computer, and I found that. See, it's like, ooh, they'll never know what I have now. What is this hand? No monsters. This is a very spell-heavy deck. I can use this to get to a monster. Go nuts from there. But perhaps first, I'll try to bait out Ash Blossom with the Noble Arms Museum. But what to search for? Let's go for Durandal. I can search for Camelot later. And then Heritage of the Chalice. This is just going to be another Noble Knight opening. Guess we're not going to pull the Flame Swordsman into this duel. We go for Ogier, and so it begins. Nice. How's the stream been for everyone? No quality issues? Can I up the game audio a little bit? Or is that going to be too loud? Or too quiet? So you found even with structure decks, it just feels like there are obvious improvements to them. Like, structure decks especially. I mean, old structure decks were designed so that you could get just one and you would be ready to go. But now they're definitely designed so that you need 3 of them. Or at least 2. The Crystal Beast structure deck especially. It's one of the better ones, but only if you modify it. Because the Crystal Beast deck out of the box is just rotten. It's so bad. They've got so many cards that just don't work. Ugh. Well, they've used Effect Veiler. I do have everything I need here to get through a typical Noble Knight combo. I can get to my level 5 Synchro. Well, I'm not going to get to Gearfried now, but I've got a little extra. I've got some searches to burn. I can get to the Angelic Ring, and who knows what else. So, this... Chat, did my opponent just use Effect Veiler on my monster twice? Did y'all see that? Am I dreaming? Am I in the Shadow Realm? I'm so very tired. You know, this is supposed to be where the good players are now. Well, anyway, point is, as I was saying, I have everything I need. It's time to go after that. How can... this player is asleep at the wheel. So which of these cards is really good? Well, they need to summon that, so... Now they have nothing they can summon. And I will just cruise to my Synchro play. And I don't need Immortal Phoenix Gearfried for the monster negation, because I have Forbidden Droplet. So now, I have the level 4 non-tuner. This will be the level 1 tuner. This deck is real silly, so to go nuts, do the Infernoble Knight stuff, you need a level 4 non-tuner and a level 1 tuner. They, like, kind of didn't have a level 1 tuner until now, but they had a level 1 that becomes a tuner, and a level 4 tuner that becomes level 1. So they can't just do anything straightforward. Am I looking for new decks right now? I am not. The next deck I want to build is Fire King Flame Swordsman. I am very far from being able to make that on here. And IRL, I've got a new deck I just bought the cards for. What am I doing right now? I'm doing this? No, I need to equip something. I've got the spare Durandal. Equip that. So I will be doing another deck guide pretty soon. I don't know if you guys want to know what deck that's going to be. And I will also be doing one for... Oh, wait. Send a card to the graveyard. I don't need to send Ogier, so I can still send Immortal Phoenix Gearfried here. I'm also going to be doing another Sapphire Surprise guide, because this whole Yu-Gi-Oh stuff started with my Sapphire Surprise guide from coming up on a year ago now. So I'm going to make 1 year later what additions I've made to it, and if y'all have watched my previous streams, then you know about some of those additions, with like a Horus engine, more Crystal Beast cards, and then other things you can do with them. I think I may hear the dog trying to get in here. Are we gonna get some dog today? I don't know, maybe we'll get some dog today. If she wants to bother me. So at this point we just equip Almace. Now Almace is a real weird card. You would think at first that the point of Almace is to use its on-field effect, which will get you any other Noble Arm from your deck. So it's kind of like another Noble Arm searcher, but actually we use it for its graveyard effect, which is that if the equipped monster is sent to the graveyard, you get something else back. Which itself is very strange, because Infernoble Knights already have a Noble Arms that gets monsters back from the graveyard. Weird stuff. Now with this, I can also, something I like to do, if you have a second Noble Arms Museum, you can use that, search for Camelot, and then as you've seen in a previous duel, going through Camelot gets you to a free Renault. Who's in the graveyard today? That. Okay. And then you can also use the summon effect again, so if you have a spare museum, you can use it again. So 3 museums is a must. And then more equip stuff. I forget what I was talking about before. Just so many cards flying around. Oh, I was saying, so you can see with a play like this, you can do the best things about this deck without using Assault at all. So, like, so many people... Wait. Let me not mess this up. I need card positions on. Don't want to put this in the link zone. What am I doing here? Okay. So many people dropped Infernoble Knights when Assault was banned in the TCG, but as you can see here, they really don't need her. Like, as long as you have kind of like any extra on-theme card, you can do something like this, which was going to have 3 Spell or Trap negates, a pop, and a monster negate. Very similar to the board that I made in my Noble Knight guide video. Okay, so we have a question. What's your favorite deck of favorite deck or character deck from the series? I mean, I'm the Crystal Beast guy, so Crystal Beasts. And then my second favorite deck is Crystal Beasts. And my third and fourth favorite decks are also Crystal Beasts. I have a lot of Crystal Beast decks that and even like individual Crystal Beast decks, they're so cheap. I'm like, yeah, I could alternate my cards, like switch them out to build or to get to a different build, or because Crystal Beast cards are so cheap, I could just build a whole new deck. So I've been doing that. So I have like 3 advanced format Crystal Beast decks, 3 speed duel Crystal Beast decks. Good stuff. Alright, this is the 3rd duel now that we've opened with Flamberge. I'm not thrilled about that. Release the speed duel deck list of the speed duel versus Edison video, please. Which decks were you interested in? I'm gonna be making a lot more speed duel deck videos coming up. Okay, that got negated. A little quirk about Noble Arms Museum. It's got the search effect and the summon effect, but the summon effect can only be used if the search effect has resolved. So I gotta figure out. Can I do this with 1 card? I don't think I can. That's one unfortunate thing about Noble Knights, is that they don't have any 1-card plays for when you open with Flamberge Dragon. Oh wait, yes I do. I have Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn can do a lot in this deck, so you will be just fine. Let's see, Yugioh, we can summon, and then he will dump something out of the deck that I can Synchro Summon with, so it's gonna have to be a level 1 tuner that I send. So probably best to take Richard. And then from here we just go into our level 5 stuff that you saw before. Although I don't have extra cards to put into this combo, so it's not going to be so grand. Let's see. And then, do you have any recommendation on sleeves for the Speed Duel set? I'm not sure if penny sleeves will be good for playing. Feel normal matte sleeves are too expensive. And you bought a pack of 150. Okay. Which sleeves did you buy? Did you get the, like, Titan Shield sleeves off Amazon? Because I know they sell 150 sleeves cheaply. Wait, what am I doing here? This has that. I need to keep level 4 in the graveyard, which means I may need to burn this. Or that's when we go into... Okay, if you're really desperate for cards here, one play that you can do is Durandal onto Angelica. Don't use that to trigger Angelica's effect. Instead, search for Renault, who will search for it. Okay, you did get Titan Shield off Amazon. Okay, because I have been sleeving all of my decks in Dragon Shield sleeves, which I eventually realized is ridiculous because those are very expensive and I don't need to put every deck in the highest quality sleeves. It's probably why. I mean, hold on. Do I have... I have Ogier in the graveyard, and I don't have another Noble Arms search coming up. I think the best play here will be to send a Flame Swordsman so that I can at least get a trap. Because I have what I need already. Okay, if you guys watched the Legend of Zelda 2-player video that I made, I mentioned that I just bought a whole bunch of sleeves so that I no longer have to sleeve cards, like any of my decks, in sleeves from middle school, because I literally have, like, the reason why I don't play all that much Edison is because my Edison decks are on sleeves from middle school. I mean, they still technically work, but a lot of them are pretty nasty, and I can't really shuffle with them. But I never had enough sleeves to get all of my decks sleeved and have enough left over for the older decks, because I kept getting Dragon Shields. It was just too ridiculous to spend that much money. So recently I was like, fine, I'll get cheap shields. I got Titan Shields on Amazon. Ugh. Yeah, so I got 4 packs of those. I hope they're good, but then you're saying that the size was really inconsistent. Oh boy, I've heard they have some quality issues, but I'm hoping maybe I just got so many of them that, you know, and I'm putting them on casual decks mostly, so hopefully it won't really matter. Because, I mean, nobody's going to be stacking their deck in a casual duel. So I will leave a review on those Titan Shield sleeves with my findings. Oh boy, I hope that the ones that I get work better. Do I want to do anything else this turn? No. I've realized again, I could have done Assault stuff. I forgot again. Whoops. But I did get Renault without Assault, so I still get this. Still get to the Angelic Ring. Angelica comes back, so now Charles will have targeting protection and an additional spell negation. And I've got the Flame Swordsman trap that I got for free. That'll flip a monster down. And as soon as anything gets out of here, I will be able to equip Captain Roland from the graveyard as a quick effect, which will then trigger Charles' trigger effect. When he's equipped with something, he destroys something. Ostinato is activated. I will negate that. Yeah, so that's a real good one. I like to use Charles' negate, get that out of the way, because letting the Angelic Ring do the negation, well, the ring is more valuable because it negates on resolution. And what are we negating here? Oh. This is just to burn the Angelic Ring. That's fine. Yeah. Well. Okay, Alex says, Speed Duel has a problem of not being easy to find decent deck lists. For example, I've never seen someone summon Rainbow Dragon. Well, then you've never met me. Rainbow Dragon and Speed Duel you can get on turn 2. Love it. I actually did give my list for my Speed Duel Crystal Beast deck. It was in a video titled, I won YouTube, but at what cost? That was my 1,000 subscriber celebration. And I did give my Speed Duel Crystal Beast deck with it. I really wanted to make a website for Speed Duel. It would be basically a blog of putting out all of my decks and why I built them that way. And like all these strategy articles. But I didn't end up making it. I procrastinated it. I got busy with other things and hit some roadblocks with the web design and just ugh. And then this Yu-Gi-Oh channel took off. Well, my YouTube channel took off via Yu-Gi-Oh. So now a lot of my free time goes into making these videos, so I haven't had time to get back into that Speed Duel website. But alas, then Speed Duel was cancelled, so alright. I finally get a Snake Eye hand, and that happens. So anyway, I was going to make a Speed Duel website, strategy blog kind of thing, but then YouTube happened, and this eats up my free time now. And then Speed Duel got cancelled, so I don't think that website would have done very well anyway. And you use only Dragon Shield, even if expensive, they last longer if you protect them from humidity. Now, I've also found that Dragon Shield sleeves do get quite dirty. I end up having to clean them off often. And like, yes, I clean my sleeves. Because I just have so dang many cards. I've got, I think like 17 or 18 advanced format decks now because I've been building budget stuff, and I've got a gauntlet of 10 Edison decks that I built when my friend Joe got me into Edison. Most of those were pretty cheap to finish off because I used to play back then. So it was very tempting. I only needed a few cards for every deck. And then I have also been building every Speed Duel deck. I have about 46 Speed Duel decks built right now, and the new box next week is going to be at least 11 more. So that's a lot of sleeves. Alright, Trace Hierarchia and Diviner of the Herald with Agent of Life Neptune. Ooh, Buten. Yes, I knew this card's name. Let's see, this is the second player who I've seen doing this combo recently. I don't totally... Oh, 0.6%. So that means agents are at least 60 times more popular than advanced crystal beasts. That's cruel. That's really cruel. I need to change those numbers. Oh, you guys probably can't see because of me. Whoops. I moved the wrong thing. Hold on. I'm trying to move my face. Nope, that's not my face. Hold on. So you guys can't see the little pop-ins that say, like, the percentage of a card being played at. Size complaint is mostly between the different packs of 50 sleeves they come in. I want something I can sleeve the 200 Speed Duel cards, mix and match without having a size problem. Yeah, but at least if you're playing casually, it probably won't be an issue if the sleeves are slightly different. So I very much look forward to putting those on my Speed Duel decks in just groups of 20 or on my old Edison decks. and save the dragon shields for when it matters. Oh, going back to Alex would love to see a little bit of my speed duel deck building, especially now that we're gonna have an Amazoness Tier 0 format. I don't know any of, I don't know the new speed box, so don't spoil me. I'm gonna be making a video of playing through a Battle City tournament with my friend, not knowing what we're doing, or what cards are in our decks. So we must stay pure. And I guess we won another duel. What a good duel, chat. So don't tell me what's going on with Amazoness. I know in Speed Duel it really can be one random card or skill turning something into Tier 0, with how strong Gearfried can be with just that one Iron Grit skill. But man, every Speed Duel box just has to have one totally unnecessary card that breaks the game in half. Because Konami doesn't care about Speed Duel. So I've no idea what Amazoness things are in there, but I'll believe ya. Ooh, okay, Fighting Flame Swordsman plus Original Sinful Spoils. This is the best ever. You're not going to believe what this field turns into. So summoning Fighting Flame Swordsman earns us a search, and sending him to the graveyard earns another search. And Original Sinful Spoils Snake Eye can summon Richardetto, which will summon him right back. So I'll be able to summon Flame Swordsman and send him to the graveyard and get to a synchro summon here. Actually, what am I thinking of? I was thinking of something else. A big, proper Snake Eye combo. Normal summoning Snake Eye Ash. That's the one that gets an entire field with this stuff out of one card. Because, Snake Eye Ash turns everything into a one-card full board. So we use Original Sinful Spoils to get Richie, who gets the Flame Swordsman right back, and then Salamandra gets us a second trap. So no matter what happens to my monsters here, I have 2 traps and a little extra in the Fighting Flame Sword. And because I already have a Noble Arms Museum, I will get to play double Charles. I've even got another Search to spare, so I already have Almace in hand. So I know I can go for Camelot, and that means I'm guaranteed to get to Roland and therefore Angelic Ring. And I don't need to spend anything in order to trigger Angelica's Yeet, because the Flame Swordsman gets Salamandra, which is a free equip. So yeah, we got everything. Here is my Infernoble Flame Swordsman deck on Master Duel in all its glory. So going back to Speed Duel deck building, I think I'm gonna make a video for building every deck, building and upgrading all the decks in the new Battle City. I did that as one big video for the midterm destruction box back in March or April, but that was a mini box, so only half as many decks to deal with. There's no way that I could do that for this full box. So I'm gonna break it up into a bunch of little videos, which will annoy everyone, and then they will all unsubscribe. So in those videos, I will be walking through the process of building and upgrading optimized decks for every character in Battle City Finals. Now that I've done my Flame Swordsman stuff, I am just going through the typical Noble Knight line here. And it's going to be an upgraded line that's going to keep on going because I have got extra field spells and extra equips, which translates into extra Charlies. And so you do clean your sleeves as well. What made you stop cleaning sleeves is washing playmats. Yeah, I also do wash my playmats. and then I feel like I didn't watch them enough. So this is almost bringing a card back to the hand, and then I don't have to activate anything else here. Ugh, I got just so much going on right now. Let's see if I can remember what I'm doing. Oh, I do have this on. Ah, so now we just mash through these Noble Knight combos. As I try to remember where I am in the combo. This is going to end on the Gear Freak here, which negates a monster. And I will have 2 Charlies negating spells and traps. And I will have 2 of these Flame Swordsman traps, which flip monsters down. And I will also have the Angelic Ring, which will negate a 3rd spell or trap. So we're gonna stick this on Gear Free and just keep it there for a while so he's ready to negate any big ol' rocks that drop on us. Yeah. I don't know if y'all are maybe falling asleep or watching this combo intently. I mean, I know how these combos play out. I've played enough hands with this deck that I can look at the opening hand and see the entire process of this entire turn. So for me, it's just, waiting to watch it all play out. Do I have anything in the graveyard activating? Nope, and I want to keep my equipment in play. So now I'm going to go for Camelot, which will provide protection, and this is going to get Renault, which is going to get the spell negating equip. While also getting an equip card, and I'm actually doing it right this time. And it can search for the Noble Arms Museum again, so like you can use Noble Arms Museum to search for Camelot, and then use Camelot to search for the museum again. It's kind of like using Awakening of the Crystal Ultimates to search for Rainbow Bridge, and then using Rainbow Bridge to search for Awakening of the Crystal Ultimates. You can. You shouldn't. So, Noble Knights, Noble Knights. Oh, and I can use Durandal to summon something from the graveyard, but I'm not going to. Because every Infernoble Arms has an effect on the field or an effect in the graveyard, and you can only use one of those effects each turn. So I am going to wrap it up here, crack the Durandal. I'm going to get Battle Boxer Chief 2nd, which will negate an attack, so I can add attack negation to this board. Now, as I proceed to the end phase, we've got a few things resolving. Oh boy. So first, I want to send Roland. And not negate it. Now that Roland is in the graveyard, he will search for whatever we want. That is going to get the equip spell, which I need to have in hand before using Charlie here. And the Angelic Ring can only be equipped to a monster which already has equipment on it, so it has to be this Charles who activates. So I will equip this from the hand, and then I also get a monster from the deck, which will give targeting protection and 500 attack points. And then I can destroy a card on the field, but I don't want to. And then Angelica returns. So, I've got 3 spell or trap negates, monster negate, targeting protection, protection from destruction when Camelot returns. I can block an attack with the Battle Boxer in my hand, which will also banish a monster. And I can flip 2 monsters face down, and I can destroy a monster by using this guy in my graveyard. It's technically not impossible to break this board, but it's not gonna happen. So yeah, 46 decks. The fun thing is that in Speed Duel, everything is so cheap. Like, you can buy, for example, the Duel Academy box for like under $20, and it's got 8 decks in it. Basically, buy 2 of a Speed Duel box, and then some cheap singles online, and you can end up building a whole bunch of decks for just $4 or $5 each. Even just the singles, it's still only going to be like $5 or $6. Speed Duel cards are very cheap, and it doesn't take many to make a deck. So they are activating a spell. We are negating a spell. Who did they discard for that? The White Stone of Legend. Yeah, you can have your dragon. Remember, Platinum is where the better duelists are. See? I get out of gold, and the duels are worse. I'm cursed. Now, so yeah, Speed Duel. You can build a whole bunch of decks real cheap. Especially if you build in bulk. And if you're a fan of the show, then you're gonna like all of those decks, because those decks are all very unique. They've all got strong personalities to them. And, oh, we just got a Kaiju. Oof. Okay, we lost some negates. Which Charles did I activate? I don't know if it's this one. Oh geez, I don't know. Well, they don't have anything anyway. It's still too much to play through, and at the end phase, I can get my stuff back. And that will also lead into the effect to destroy something. Who do I equip? I'll equip this. Not that it matters. And destroy the opponent's card. Now the opponent's face down monster, I'm gonna guess, is probably White Stone of the Ancients, which will trigger during the end phase, but I did not use Immortal Phoenix Gearfried this turn. It was nothing. Okay. We're fine. So I have over 9,000. We will just finish this real quick. I don't know, maybe the Heart of the Cards wants me to play a different deck now. Yeah, so I don't know exactly how many decks I'm gonna build out of Battle City Finals, because I don't know what's in there. I very much look forward to finding out when I get the box. Good night, Tristan. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream soon anyway. I usually go for like 2.5 to 3 hours. I think I'm gonna bust out the Spirits. Just give them a try. See if they're a winning deck today. Because anytime I use the Spirits on stream, I go on a win streak. Although, usually I switch to the Spirits when I'm on a losing streak, and then it turns around, so I'm probably gonna lose this duel then, according to the Heart of the Cards. But hey, I made a guide video for Spirits back in July. That one did decently. Some people watched that. Of course, it's the Yu-Gi-Oh guides that get by far the most views for me, I think. I've been branching out my channel into other endeavors. Like, I've been making some Let's Play videos, which is something I've wanted to do for a long time. They're not being received well at all. I mean, the people who watch them have been enjoying them, but man, it's been like a stampede of unsubscribes. Which stings a little, but you know. I hoped that by scheduling this stream at the same time as some of those videos went up, people would remember, oh, okay, he's not canceling the Yu-Gi-Oh videos, he's still doing them. I'm just adding more. And I have been putting out a video every week for the past couple of months. Like, usually I just do a little short in the off weeks, and then I do a main upload every other week. But I've been doing full uploads every week, and I'm gonna keep that going for quite some time. Because apparently it just wasn't brutal enough. I've just been getting too much sleep trying to finish all these videos. And so this hand that I've got is pretty darn bad. I think that confirms I can only win with spirits when my other decks lose. I'm surprised that trap tricks aren't a little more popular. They've got some nutty one-card combos. Sarah, crazy card. Because it gets 2 effects, which each get you another card, and those effects play into each other. I probably, a long time ago, should have changed the card text size so y'all can read more of the cards. Ew, trap tricks. It's just, ugh. They all just look so sick. Like, get these girls to a doctor. Alright, so what the opponent has ended on is they can steal a monster that they get rid of. They've got any trap hole in the deck, and when they do that, they're gonna get some trap hole things. And I have actually nothing which does anything. The only thing I can hope for here is that this opponent just has absolutely nothing, and that they won't be able to build up a new board next turn without Sarah. That is all I've got with this. Oh, it's not a spirit day. Not this time. Not this stream. Urza Planeswalker has... Oh, they can't be destroyed in battle? Oops. I might lose. There's a slight possibility. Man, if I had just drawn, like, any ritual spell, I could have gotten out of this. Oh well, it wasn't meant to be. Not today, spirits. Okay, Urza Planeswalker. It says, does Konami still create cards that can miss timing? Very, very rarely. It's probably like 1 card a year they print that can miss timing. Missing timing, for anyone who doesn't know, is that if a card's text says when something happens, rather than if something happens, then... Hold on, what are they doing here? I gotta... check. Can I move my face? Whoops, that's not what I should be... Nope, still not. Okay, I'm just gonna have to read the card. Summon a monster from the graveyard. Okay, not okay. Maybe I should move my dumb head. Let's move my dumb head. Whoop! Here I go. So missing the timing, it says if a card's text says when something happens rather than if something happens, then that when thing needs to be the very last thing to have happened. Like if it happened partway through a chain or even partway through an effect, then your card misses timing and you can't choose to activate it if it's an optional when effect. Now this makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. There is no logical explanation for it. This is a totally made-up rule from a very long time ago, and I have continued to not draw a spell. Hold on, I gotta read things. This says, trap tricks monsters you control cannot be destroyed. Alright. Well, all I can do is, like, summon Crane, and then if I use Sakitama, I can get an extra normal summon. If they don't stop the Crane, then I can use... And they're stopping the Crane, so never mind. And that means they're gonna go nuts, right? Oh, wait! This negates all of the opponent's monster effects? Yeah, but this is unaffected by trap effects, right? My opponent cannot target. Yeah, hold on. Unaffected by trap effects while it has material, and it does have material. So Harpy's Featherstorm will not be able to stop it. Ugh. So anyway, missing the timing is completely illogical. There's no reasoning for it. This is not a Spirit Day. It was instituted to, or like implemented to counter an FTK combo with like Woodland Sprite, some really obscure old card that can like send an equip spell to do some burn damage. It's not good. I've been hearing a lot of Crystal Beasts, so I'm gonna switch back to my advanced Crystal Beast deck. It is time. So they came up with this crazy stupid rule to say like, oh, the Woodland Sprite FTK doesn't work anymore because of this rule change. They didn't just ban Woodland Sprite or issue an erratum so that it works differently. No, they changed the actual rules of the game with something that affects so many other decks, because they have stuck with that. It's like they don't realize they can change that rule back and nothing is going to happen. But they don't. Because I guess they're just very stubborn, and it often feels like the people who make Yu-Gi-Oh! Have not played any other game. Now with this hand, I would like to get more Crystal Beasts together so that I could get some negation, but the negation would have to come from searching for Rainbow Bridge. I'm searching from Rainbow Bridge. If I go into an advanced Crystal Beast play, then I need to use the Rainbow Bridge to get Golden Rule. But you know what? I feel like doing something silly, because I've got the Nemesis flag in hand, which means I don't need to use Infernal Flame Banshee to search for it, which means I can use a rank 4 to do anything else. In this case, I'm going to go for Dugaries to draw some extra cards, and if I hit like any Crystal Beast card, then we can really go nuts. Anyway, it often feels like the people who make Yu-Gi-Oh! Have not played any other game. Ugh. There are easy solutions to some of Yu-Gi-Oh!'s problems, and they just won't do them. So one of the ways to get to this SP and Colossus combo is simply just Sapphire Pegasus. I could have used like that bond to search for Sapphire and do all this, but you can also use Golden Rule. And Golden Rule will set up some other things, like an advanced Crystal Beast play. I can get back the advanced Cobalt, and I will also bounce an advanced Sapphire back to the hand, because I still have a normal summon to spare. I did something similar to this previously, because I had a spare normal summon that I saved for a Nemesis so that I wouldn't have to go into SP to get an extra banishment. But I'm gonna go for it this time, because last time I had drawn Corridor instead of Flag. Add it to my hand. Yes, I want to make sure I don't misclick anything here. So this, Dugaries the Timeless, I do not care about at all. If they negate this, that's fine. If they don't, I'm drawing, and probably getting to a counter trap. Either way, I'm gonna go into my SP and Colossus combo here. Normal summon this advanced Sapphire, and I'll have another one in back. Ruby can summon it. I will have 2 level 4s. I can add an Abyss Dweller to this play. I'm not going to need the Golden Rule, probably. Or Bond. Well, this can get advanced Cobalt in the hand. So I think I'll actually discard the Golden Rule, because I've got so many crystals now. Like, Rainbow Dragon's always coming out by the second turn. It's just so easy to throw around so many crystals. So now I'm going to the Nemesis, continue along with our slightly modified Colossus play. And on top of that, I will get to add a rank 4, thanks to the advanced Crystal Beast stuff. So this is an example of something you couldn't do with regular Crystal Beasts. I feel like Abyss Dweller is very powerful this format. At least when you are up against Snake Eyes and Fire Kings, which somehow I have not run into once this stream, even though the previous stream was, I feel like it was full of them, and it was at a lower rank. So, we've got Infinite Impermanence here? Very curious point at which to drop that. But maybe they're familiar with what I'm trying to do and they want to intercept it somehow. Still, even if I don't have Colossus, I will have Abyss Dweller. Not what I thought it was going to end on. But again, like this resists disruption very well. Y'all watching this stream can probably see now why I have been loving advanced control. It is so reliable and difficult to stop. We get the Abyss Dweller here. End on Called by the Grave and Max C, that's pretty good. And I'll have more for the next turn. I've got 1, 2, 3... 4, 5 Crystal Beasts gathered. This will get the other 2. So, of course, Rainbow Dragon by the next turn. Now we wait. Now, I do not fire off Abyss Dweller right away, in case they have Infinite Impermanence to chain to it. So you can play around Infinite Impermanence by waiting, although then you do open yourself up to the possibility of what's his face? Kaiju's taking it out before he can activate it. They're going for Ken and Gen. My beloved. Oh, Christian loves my little scapegoat. Yeah, where is it? There it is. How do I... Wait, we got Called by the Grave on Max C. Yeah, I can't stop that. How do I... ZL? Wait, There we go. I can make it do a little flip. Oh, hey, we both have scapegoats. I'm not too big on the mates and, like, the bases and all that. I try to go for a, like, a kind of low visual stimulus kind of field. I don't like things moving around, so I can focus on the cards. And I think a lot of the mates just look kind of goofy. And they don't have a Crystal Beast one, so... no little Ruby bouncing around on my field. But if they come out with a Ruby, I'll get that. Oh, there's the Kaiju. So they really did not care about the Abyss Dweller. They've countered what I've played. I wonder if... Oh, it's Mech Knights. Oh boy, here we go. So purple will banish it and add another Mech Knight. Yeah, well, they probably don't have a purple in there. Nope. Yeah, let's see. Is this something I will have to preemptively call? Nope. It's just a big ol' hand. Now they'll play their next Mech Knight. Search for 2 more cards. Mech Knights have some new cards coming up in the Orchist piles. I can't believe they made some Orchist Link 1. That's one of the most dangerous cards to give a Link 1 to, and they're like unbanning Mermaid and Goblin. That's just insane. They want to make everything as crazy as possible here on Master Duel. With all the combo decks, I'm going to be putting Nightmare Goblin in everything. It gets a discard, possibly a draw, get another monster out of the hand. That has been the missing link to so many decks I wanted to make. Alright, Ib, you can set World Legacy spell or trap, and when Link summons, shuffle something into the deck, but that's not going to trigger. So I'm just waiting to call something that they attempt to retrieve from the graveyard. Otherwise, the old Abyss Dwellers got everything. Yeah, that'll be it. My Called by the Grave is at the ready. Got some good Yu-Gi-Oh gameplay here. What was the big ol' hand gonna do? It's summoned, something is flip summoned, summon it from the hand. If this is summoned, search for another World Legacy card. Yeah, it's just more extending. These World Legacy cards, there are about 1,000 million billion of them, and they're all just a pile of special summons. I have no idea how to make heads or tails of them. Summon Mech Knight from the deck. But now you are locked into Mech Knight monsters. So I'll probably be fine. You've already used purple. Yeah, I think they're flailing here. Unless there's something very devious about Mech Knights that I've forgotten over the years. Discard a Mech Knight or World Legacy to add a World Legacy to the hand. That's Indigo, and this one... Oh, I'm gonna read that. When this card's activated, revive a high-level monster and negate things in the same column. Alright, so Ken will be negated. Sorry, Ken. And this is just battle stuff. Yeah. Mech Knights are invincible from battle except in the same column. And if they are in the same column, then their effects cannot activate until I get rid of the trap. And so that's a mandatory effect. It does trigger now, because I haven't played the trap yet. You've got to be very careful about columns. I lose my draw phase. Maxi is banished, so I'll be able to play Nemesis Corridor. And I'll go for a Rainbow Dragon. So let's just start playing some cards and see where they end up. Let's see how many Crystal Beasts are in my graveyard. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Crystal Beasts in the graveyard. 5th on field. So, it's negate any monster effect activated in the same column. And they have to be in the same column to battle. This is a continuous effect on Colossus, so I won't care about that at all. And with this I can drop Rainbow Dragon. So I'm gonna have to put in the back row Rainbow, and I'll be grabbing Advanced Topaz to summon. Advanced Topaz's attack swing has actually mattered recently, so that's fun. Play the Topaz Tiger. Now I've got all 7, but I do not want to go for like a Nightmare Phoenix to get rid of one of those traps. I can also get Typhon. Now I don't have anything to do with Overdragon and its effects, but I think I should still summon it in case the opponent like banishes Rainbow Dragon on the field. So now I have 2 ultimate crystals that I can use to make Overdrive. So counting again, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Crystal Beasts necessary. I need 1 more. Should I go for this? So they're gonna summon a high-level monster. This has a quick effect to move columns. A quick effect to banish and search, which it won't be able to use. So they're probably gonna use the one who switches columns, because that's the only thing they can do under Colossus. And they could attempt to protect from destruction here. I don't think any of that matters. So I'm going to get this Advanced Ruby out of the monster zone. Also an excuse to use Advanced Dark to dump something out of my deck, which will provide more fuel for Overdrive. Any minute now. And I also won't take any damage thanks to Advanced Dark. So Advanced Dark, if you're trying to summon Overdrive in a grind, it's very helpful. And negating battle damage can sometimes be relevant, which is hilarious. So that's going to crystallize, and I can use it later to move up the Amber, which gives protection. Take out the Morning Star, so the opponent loses their protection. This summons something from the graveyard, negates effects that activate in the same column. I don't have any monsters with effects that activate. I will continue the attack, get rid of their battle protection. This thing... Oh, move to another of your main monster zones. It can move things out of the extra zone. Oh, man. Oh, and it's got exactly 2,000 points, so I can't beat it with Topaz. Actually, I did not see that coming. I didn't think it could move things out of the extra zone. So now Mech Knight battles in different column, cannot be destroyed, no battle damage, nothing I can do about them. Well, I don't want to go into Apollo here. And if I play Typhon, I don't get to summon any other monsters for the turn. Let's see, so it will prevent monsters with 3,000 more attack from activate. I have to play this off of my strongest monster. I don't want to do that. So perhaps I just pass? If I want to keep the Ruby down there? Not have to summon it again? Okay, fine. Fine. I don't want to stall too long. I'll just summon the monster, have some more defenders here. This is getting to be a somewhat weird duel. We will see where it goes. And then I'll probably wrap up the stream after this. So it looks like we're putting more than just Tristan to sleep here. So that thing comes back, it can search for another Mech Knight. I hope they don't have some kind of sudden OTK they can do. I've got Colossus preventing them from searching, so that's nice. But, man, watch them summon like a big ol' access code and destroy everything. The stat changes from Topaz and the protection from Advanced Dark might actually be relevant there. Oh, you know what? I just completely messed up. Look at this. Whoop. Hold on, let me zoom in here. If an ultimate crystal monster attacks, negate the effects of the attack target during that battle phase. My Overdragon could have attacked Morning Star and negated its protection effect. And then I could have just run over all of his monsters. Oh! That was not my best turn. Well, it seems like they don't have much they can do either. I forgot about the hidden bonus effect of Advanced Dark. Ouch. I was too busy yapping to read the cards. It happens. At least I'm not playing Sapphire Surprise on stream, because that was just, like, impossible to play through that wild combo deck while also narrating and trying to address any comments. The comments would just pile up when I was trying to play that deck. Oh, so we go to Ding Dong. He's gonna do whatever. Send one card. I hope that whatever they're doing, I just have so many monsters. Hey, that's the first time an opponent's gone after Advanced Dark in a very long time. And then SP, but if you activate SP's effect, you don't get to attack me directly, which means I survive. Really want to get rid of that Colossus. Nope, okay, I get to keep the Colossus. I'll take it. Avermax goes for it, but this is protected from battle. They probably didn't realize that. I have a Thunder monster in the graveyard. So I banished that and survived. Okay, so now that we've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for a while, I think it's time for us to stop doing that. It is time for Ultimate Crystal Rainbow Dragon Overdrive. Let's see. Now, I don't know what their trap is, and this won't do anything. I could attack this, right? It just prevents things from activating in the same column. And this will banish it and search, but they cannot banish and search. Just trying to figure out if I should go for the one-hit kill or something else. I actually might not be able to get the one-hit kill. If I don't have a Crystal Beast, yeah, I don't have Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon banished, so I can't get the one-hit kill. I have to do all of this, which includes a duplicate, but that's fine. We're fine. We're fine. Oh, wait. So now I use the Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon here to get banished and summon whatever. And now that we've got that banished, I can get back up to 7 different Crystal Beasts banished, which means 11,000 attack points. And hey, I'll activate this. It's negated, but maybe we can trick the opponent into using something. This is still not... Oh, I got the Amber in the back row. That's not enough to get the attack points up. Okay. So I'll just go to the battle phase. I don't see any reason not to attack. Oh, I can only attack Avermax. Okay, then I hope you don't have something that negates this. Or I cry. Chat, it's time to cry. Overdrive guy. Oh, man. Yeah, I played that really, really badly. I should have gone for Nightmare Phoenix. Actually, no, I couldn't have played Nightmare Phoenix because of World Legacy's Secret. Yikes. Big yikes. Okay, that's gonna do it. That's a loss. Oh, ouch. Ouch, my soul. Alright, I think that's a good enough, silly enough note to end this stream on. That was a fun, weird duel. Well, barring any final comments from y'all, I think I'm gonna call it a stream. I played a lot of Crystal Beasts and Noble Knight synchros here. How many duels did I do? I just want to check real quick. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, probably 15 duels on stream. I was 11 wins, 4 losses. That's okay. that's okay. So yeah, more Yu-Gi-Oh videos to come, of course. I'm gonna keep those going. A lot of them. There's gonna be a lot of Speed Duel and a couple more deck guides in the coming weeks. I got nothing more to say. So I guess, bye! How do I...